Hey guys, today I wanted to talk about some of my favorite alopecia experiences / interactions that I've had, and to kind of jog my memory of things that I was like, I remember this happening but I wasn't sure. I busted out my old journals. I don't have the one I had when I first lost my hair with me, but because it's back at home, but just reading through these, I realized I've had so many fun and positive interactions because I have alopecia, and it's been kind of eye-opening. We're a very private community. A lot of people wear hair, and you would never know, this looks really real. And there are a lot of people who do wear wigs and you would never know because they're just not comfortable yet being bald, and that's okay. Everyone's at their own step in the process. But looking through these, I realized that just even being out there and okay with being bald was something that not a lot of people did, and it's been so much fun, and I think it will continue to be fun to interact with everyone else who does have alopecia, and informing parents of hey, your little kid has alopecia, there's nothing to be afraid of, they got a community, and other young women that I've spoken to that want to know. So I busted out some of my favorite stories and interactions I had from past moments. One of my first ones actually that I've marked or ticked on this list is I used to coach for this camp, and I'm not going to name it because I don't know if they want to be named. I don't know. It's not that the camp is bad. They were amazing. I loved it. I would 100% go back, but I need to make more money than I was getting paid there. So I would do coaching for the entire week, and then they would have me speak one night of the 1 week camp for volleyball, and I would talk about acceptance and alopecia, and just my story of how I became me and comfortable with being myself and playing volleyball and going to college for volleyball. But from that, I actually met a lot of girls at the camp that I would have never known. I coached them the entire week. They were sweating, they were crying, they were running, hitting the ball. I would have never known unless after that night they'd come up and spoke to me that they had hair loss or that they were wearing a wig that they played volleyball in, which is amazing and so hot. I can't believe they could do it. So I was thoroughly impressed. Wear a wool hat while you work out and tell me how you feel after. But just some of these girls coming up to me afterwards and saying thank you. I was just interacting with them, and I still have some of their emails. Just it made it feel so special, and just it's okay, they're not alone. And it was, I don't know, I loved it. I had such good conversations with those girls, and I hope they're doing amazing now. I don't know, I haven't gotten an update recently, but that was one of my top, because of so many people afterwards who were it's okay. And even people who didn't have alopecia were I'm gonna be okay, because you're gonna be okay, people, I promise. And I'm actually gonna tell my story tomorrow, so if you want to hear it, that will be tomorrow. Another one is, after I got sick, my parents took me to Bolivia to do a humanitarian trip, and I really wanted to do this. So while we were in Bolivia, we built a school, and we interacted with a church group while we were there, and then the locals while we were there. So they knew of each other, but those two groups didn't really interact. So with the local church group and us, I would always wear a wig. I had the short-haired pixie cut, and I 100% wore all the time because I didn't have enough Spanish to explain what I had and at the time, and I didn't want to have to stumble over the words repeatedly because I didn't really know what I was saying, because I would have butchered it in Spanish so bad. Now I could kind of get it out, but I'm still working on my fluency. But at the construction site, when we were building the school, I wouldn't wear it because I didn't want to sweat in it, and I was just more comfortable without it on. And everyone at the school, I had gotten through, we would teach the classes, and at one of the classes a kid asked me why I didn't have any hair, and I, with the help of one of our leaders who was fluent, she helped me translate. And so everyone in that small group knew, and the bus driver would see me. He would take us to all these places every day, going back and forth, and he mentioned to one of the leaders, he didn't say this to me because he was 100% Spanish and didn't speak any English as well, or not a lot. And he's like, she's so strong, and I really, like, how does she do this? And that was just, you know, thank you, Mr. Bus Driver. I can't remember his name, and I didn't write it down because it's been a few years, but, like, that was just awesome. And he's like, it's amazing to see her go back and forth, and I felt good about that. So there are other people, if you go bald, who will see it and be like, you know, that's awesome. Even if, like, half the time you are wearing hair and half the time you aren't, like, you got it, guys. You got it. Another fun story is kids in general will come up to me and they'll either be super scared, or like way curious, and you can just see it's killing them inside. And so when I talk to them, I used to tutor children, and I like working with kids a lot. And so a lot of my jobs actually have involved me interacting with kids. But they'll come up to me and they'll chat for a little while, and then they'll go like this and they'll look, and I can tell that they want to touch my head. And so a lot of times I'll ask them, and it's so much fun to like see their face go, whoa, when they touch your head. Because I mean, I'm sure they've seen bald men, but bald women aren't very common. And it's just the reactions of like, it's just a head. And a lot of kids are like, yeah, and they'll really like massage my head and like, okay, it's time to be done, your hands are cold. But I love those interactions. We did it. It happened actually recently while I went to Costa Rica for a travel study, and the little kids there, I went to go visit my friends, the Sunshine Mafia, while they were singing and dancing to a group there, and afterwards they were like, oh, we played hide and seek and tag and stuff, and it was fun to like see the little kids' reactions, like, can I touch your head? Put it tocola? And it's like, oh, yes, you can! So that was fun. And just in general, like the reaching out of the community, I would say would be I love interacting. If you want to know more about alopecia, I don't care how old you are, just like, let me know. I'm willing to talk about it. It's part of my life, and I have no problems. I will say not everyone's comfortable with it, so if you know someone who has alopecia, like, get to know where they're at, because they're not going to spill their life story right away, because, you know, they don't have to, and they don't owe anyone anything. So, but it's fun to hear the stories of, like, women, and they're like, I couldn't do it for 10 years. It was 10 years of just hiding, and finally, like, I slowly, just one step at a time, was finally comfortable with going out there in the world and being bald. So it doesn't matter where you are on the timeline or how slow or fast you are with being comfortable with your baldness. There is so much time in the world, and you don't have to be out there and bald to be comfortable. Do you. Do whatever you want. Hair flip. Oh, I can actually hair flip. Obviously, I'm not very good at it. It's been a while, guys. But those were some of my favorite interactions, and just, I love talking to people and seeing the reactions, and when you're polite about it, I will answer any question you want. But that is my day for today, is positive interactions and just fun things from the community that I have gotten to know. I journal all the time. I highly recommend it. But thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions or experiences that you want to share. Bye, guys.